Okay, well, hello everyone. Welcome, welcome. So glad you could join us today in the spotlight. And we are going to begin to do something a little different from time to time, is we are going to do panelist insights, because we are so enjoying hearing from our different founders. And, you know, for people that have never heard about ONPASSIVE, this is a perfect venue to watch just each of us, everyday people. And we're joining ONPASSIVE, and we have reasons why, and we have passion to share it with people that have never heard of it before. So that is what we've got going. And Julia?
Hi, everybody. Nice to see you today. Thanks for joining us today. I just wanted to do a little quick, please subscribe to our YouTube page if you get a chance. And my page, I'm actually Julia. I'm also known as AJ at AJ Internet Solutions. And Tyra's page is TN Grow Wealth Together. So if you have a chance to go on the page, and there's updates, there's all the information for ONPASSIVE, as well as these videos, as well as in the spotlight when we do our regular show.
Perfect.
Thanks, Tyra.
Perfect. So as you can see, we have several different panelists on with us today. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with Debbie. We'll go to Cedric, Mark, and Shanu, and they're each going to introduce themselves, so we kind of know a little bit about where they are and when they joined ONPASSIVE. So Debbie, go ahead.
Hi, I am Debbie Morgan-Goble, and I am in Sevierville, Tennessee, and I jumped on this opportunity September 9th of 2020, and amazing trip it's been.
Awesome. Go ahead, Cedric.
Hello, everyone. My name is Cedric Flowers. I'm from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and I joined this wonderful group ONPASSIVE June 25th, 2020. I love it.
Awesome. And we're going to go over to Mark now.
Hello, everyone. My name is Mark Adamson. I'm out from New York, and I joined ONPASSIVE in 2020 of February.
That's wonderful.
Cool. Awesome.
And where are you from? Oh, you did tell us. You're New York. We should have noticed by your accent.
Yes. I'm originally from the islands of Guyana, South America.
Okay.
I was born here, so I'm totally excited about ONPASSIVE. I did so many things in my life with opportunities, but this is it.
Cool.
That's for sure.
Welcome.
And Shanu.
Hi everyone, I am Shanu Haneefa from India, from Kerala, and I joined ONPASSIVE on September 2nd, 2020.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Well, welcome everybody. It's so great to have you here.
Thank you.
So we're going to get started with some questions. So first off, I'm going to ask each one of you, each one of our panelists, what sold you on ONPASSIVE? So we'll start with you, Debbie, and then we'll go in the same order.
Okay, what started it for me is I actually have another online business. So it was the opportunity to advertise my other business on ONPASSIVE's platform, and to get help with the marketing and the targeting, because as we all know, that is so difficult for the everyday person. And even though I did very well on my own, just having that added bonus, that was my number one, what sold it for me.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And Cedric, same question. What sold you on ONPASSIVE?
Well, for me, I was always wanting a residual income, something to create a generational wealth. You know, I worked the 9-to-5 jobs and, you know, paycheck to paycheck, and that was cool. You know, God bless. I was grateful for having jobs, but I wanted a residual income. People was calling me residual, you know, Mr. Residual, because I've been wanting to go to all these seminars after seminars, and I didn't have to recruit. That was the main thing. I did a lot of jobs, did a lot of online jobs where you had to recruit, and then they had to recruit, but ONPASSIVE does all that for you. And that was really a blessing right there for me. I have to
Awesome.
recruit, you bring people in and they can do just as well.
Right.
Yep.
Nice. And Mark, what brought you into ONPASSIVE? What sold you on it?
Well, I have a job in a healthcare worker, and also I did a lot of online marketing and different affiliate programs. And what sold me was the fact that a young man he introduced it to me, and I didn't believe it at one point. Then he said, "Take a look at the video." So I went to McDonald's and I went in there and I said, "Okay, let me take a look at the video," and it made a lot of sense to me. It just blew me away. And I called him back and said I signed up immediately on the spot. So I was very, very happy. I was very excited about it. And I love the journey that we're on. And I'm excited about what's to come next.
Wonderful, Mark.
Awesome.
And Shanu, what about you? What
Yeah,
sold
for
you on
me-
ONPASSIVE?
Yeah, for me, initially was the financial aspect. As I had many debts, I want to clear it off. But once I came in, I understood is our financial security is secured. Our financial thing is. So later I understood the vision of Ash Moffere. So it guided me further. I understood
Wow.
what it ONPASSIVE is.
That's fantastic.
Oh, indeed. Great. So I know for sure Debbie and Mark have done, because I kind of talked to you guys a little bit, that you have done stuff online. So let's start with Debbie. And again, if any of you want to jump in and throw in your 2 cents worth, what kind of challenges did you find you faced working online, before you found ONPASSIVE? So Debbie, do you want to give us a little insight?
Yeah, there was a lot of struggles actually. We hear Marty DeGarmo say this all the time, no matter how good you are at doing ads or getting them approved on the different platforms, social platforms that we were able to market on, I couldn't duplicate that for my team.
Right.
And, you want, when you're doing an online business, you want everyone that's with you to succeed. And, I just kept seeing beautiful, beautiful souls just struggling so bad. And, even if I tried to write an ad up for them or whatever, sometimes they would get flagged, but yet mine would be okay. And when this came along, I was like, hey guys, we're out of here. Come on, let's go. And I was fortunate enough that from my other online business, I was able to bring everybody with me but 3. And that is amazing, but we had a very close knit relationship business wise and meeting wise and things like that. But that was the main struggle, is I wanted it for everybody. They were with me and I was coaching them.
Right.
And that just was the biggest thing for me, is I wanted them to have the same success. And with ONPASSIVE, everybody is going to succeed and everybody is going to win, no matter what. And right there was a big deal for me. It really was.
Right. Right. So Mark, you too have mentioned that you did quite a bit of work online, affiliate marketing, things like that. What kind of challenges did you find you faced?
Well, like Deborah said, a lot of it, a whole lot of it. However, my thing was, back in the day when I did network marketing with a couple of companies, they used to tell me about, okay, well, go to your friends and families. But the thing is that there's one event I went to and one leader said this: you said you got to have a system within a system. So I ran around with that and told my friends and told the leader that was there, and they were battling me about it and say, well, the company already has a system. Why you need a second system? So I went around hunting for a system, and I did a lot of cold calling, which is picking up the phone, calling prospects, and that was my strong point. And I got a lot of scripts, different type of scripts, make phone calls and call them. I got hangups, and even people that were talking to me called me back and say, well, you know, we don't understand this, we don't understand that. And I'm guiding them through, and they still couldn't get the understanding of how to call leads, right?
Oh.
So then I decided, you know what, I'm going to do the funnel thing. So I did the funnel thing. You got to get all the responders. You're paying so much for it. You got to get all these different advertisement that you got to use to market, because you need to put people in front of your offer. So what happened was, like, I was like, oh my God, this is too much. How the average person could do all this stuff? They already can, you know, because the first of all, they're gonna say, don't have the money to get this too, I don't have the money to get that too, right? So then I joined another affiliate program and said, everything is in one, right? I said, good, okay, we got the leads, we got the funnel, we got everything. But they were teaching you how to make all these pages very fancy and designable and all this stuff. I'm like, it doesn't even cost that. Give me a plain background and a good copywriting headed, and I'm good. They talk about branding yourself. Yeah, I did all that. I've got a video in front of another captive page, and it was so much. I mean, I got the skill, I learned it. And for me to tell an average person that's coming off a job, hey, you know, change your mindset, think, and also this is what you need to do, they're gonna be frustrated right away, you know. So I decided when I saw ONPASSIVE and I just looked at it, I was like, I couldn't believe that everything is done for you. I couldn't believe it. I was like, no company does that. No company in the whole wide world, I don't care what company it is, they haven't done it, right? So I was, oh, my heart was relieved. I canceled all my other programs.
I could see why, yes. And the time and the money involved is just over the top.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I did make some money. I didn't make like 10 grand or 5 grand, but I made a little money to help in my marketing and stuff. It was pretty good. It was decent, you know, plus I have a regular job. So my goal with ONPASSIVE is to retire in 5 years.
Awesome. That's a great goal.
You know, and I'm pushing towards that. So
great. So Shanu, do you have anything more you would like to add to what we're talking about as far as challenges that happen online?
Yeah, the main challenge is that before coming into ONPASSIVE, during the beginning of the pandemic, I turned into online. So before coming into ONPASSIVE, for 5 months or something, I tried all types of online marketing, like affiliate marketing. So everywhere they say it is done for you, done for you, done for you. But nothing was happening in real. So they were bluffing all the time.
I get it. I get it. They all promise that it's all done for you. Yeah. And Cedric, do you have you any experience of trying things online before this?
Oh, plenty. I had every time someone mentioned a list, I cringed because they always was telling me to go get a friends list, and you know, gotta go to family and friends, and I just dread it. You know, that's why I love ONPASSIVE. They do everything for you. I don't mind recruiting. You know, I just go deaf ears on people. You know, people don't believe things. But I try my best in everything I do. You know, I made a couple of dollars like Debbie and Mark. You know, I ain't making as much as Mark did. I wish I could have made that much. I probably stayed in there. But, you know, I was like, you know, just made a few bucks. But that was like Marty always say, you know, a lot of us didn't make money. You know, that was the whole key. You know, we did everything we could. It wasn't that we didn't like it or we didn't try hard enough. We just didn't make any money. And I go back to what Charles Osong be saying. They didn't have legitimate, valuable products. That's a real key. And I just thought about that. I said, well, yeah, you know, valuable products. You need, you know, like cell phones and, you know, computers. People use those every day. You know, yes. Google is not going out of business no time soon.
Right.
You know, so you gotta have valuable products. So that was more my experience. I just didn't make any money.
Yeah, I
tried.
get you. Yeah, I get you. So does anyone want to jump in? You've kind of covered that a little bit, but how do you see ONPASSIVE changing all that? Like, what do you see the difference of what ONPASSIVE is going to do to bring forward your success? Debbie, do you want to jump in with this?
Yeah, Tyra. What I see happening, with my prior business, because I did enjoy my business. I still am working my business, but the path that they were taking us on is we were basically selling a training for this. And where we kept failing is we weren't doing the products. So with ONPASSIVE, see, being an independent distributor of this company, I can take that, go on to ONPASSIVE with the products and with their marketing and targeting. I would be able to reach dentists, doctors' offices, and a whole broad more people of what I want for the water machines and the supplements and things that I did. And believe me, we have done great with that. I've helped people with their health. The preacher that married me down here, I was giving him water and his blood pressure has lowered. So I love the products. I didn't love the structure of the business. Right. And you don't know what you know until you know what you know. And we've heard that before, right, Tyra?
Indeed.
So yeah, and you know where we got that from. And we do take things from other businesses and it does stick with us. And see, and that's the thing is now I can put those products out there with nobody holding my wrists down. Yeah. And getting those products out there and doing it the way that it's meant to be done. It's, that was what the faulty part of that business was. Mm-hmm. And I don't have to stand behind that anymore. I can take those products that I believe in and I love and still use to this day. My whole family does. Yeah. And we can take it to a whole nother level, plus earning our residual income from ONPASSIVE on what that company is going to do for us as well. So you're kind of getting to do both at the same time. And, there's something that you haven't touched on, Tyra, if you want me to bring it in now or we can bring it in later, is this is the one thing I could bring my family in. My kids, my family. And matter of fact, when I brought this up to them, there's something about ONPASSIVE because every one of them was in. I didn't have to pull teeth. I didn't have to nothing. They saw the vision, they saw the opportunity, and what joy. My family was down here for Easter and here we're sitting around talking about ONPASSIVE because we're all founders of ONPASSIVE. Right. And what a great opportunity that is. So that's another win for me. And it's a very strong win for me is to do this along with my family and my children.
100%. Yeah,
yes.
100%. Mm-hmm. Gentlemen, do you have anything to add to that? Do you want to share anything that you feel ONPASSIVE is going to be different in bringing success to you? Anybody want to jump in?
So I want to add on.
Okay.
I want to say that even for a beginner who is trying internet for the first time, they will also be succeeding with ONPASSIVE. Why? Because it is completely done for them.
Perfect. That is perfect.
And so it's huge. It's very big to a lot of people.
Yes, indeed. Well, that kind of leads up to Julia. You had a question about kind of the viability of this company.
Absolutely. Now I'm going to open it up to all the panelists, but I'll ask the question and then afterwards, if there's anybody that wants to add on or comment, please do so. So in every business or company out there, there's risk involved. And with ONPASSIVE, the cost is $97 US, a little bit more in Canada, a little bit more in India, and so on and so forth. But once launch happens, then we're looking at a subscription of anywhere between $100 and $250 US a one-time subscription. Okay. Now, I was wondering, at what level of risk do you feel is involved? Anybody, any takers?
Good one. Good question. So do you guys feel that there's a risk involved? So you're coming in and you're putting out, say, for under $400 US. Now talk to us about how you feel. Like, is that a risk to you? Like if you lost $400.
Yeah, and I see Debbie shaking her head.
Marcus,
this is like this is a no-brainer. I mean, and that's just the easiest way I can say it, is it's a no-brainer, because in the last business, you know, we had money in the products, and then we had money in our ads. And, you know, and you were always fighting for that winning competitive ad constantly. So with this, no, it's $97 to be a part of this amazing company that's going to do all this for you. You're still going to be able to run the businesses that you want as well. And then one time more out of the pocket. I mean, you know, I could get my grandkids Easter or take them somewhere fun, and there goes that $300 or $400. You know what I mean? And so no, and that's what we tell people all the time. This is a no risk. If you're not happy in 6 months, which I don't understand why you wouldn't be, if you know the business aspect of it, then you can ask for a refund. But I've had people that have asked for a refund and then spent a little bit more time getting educated and learning a little bit more and wanting to come back in. You know, and it's like, well, where did you do that? Because now you're gonna have, you know, you're coming in at a later date and all that. But anyways, that's my thing. Is to me, it's a zero risk, and just invest that little bit of money, sit back and watch it work. Watch the flowers bloom for you.
Right.
Yeah, and Cedric, I watched one of your lives recently, and you had touched on it as well. Do you have anything to?
Oh, yes, there's no risk at all. I love this business. I mean, lifetime money back guarantee. I don't know why that's so hard to understand for people. And, you know, they pay you for using the product. We got the best products in the world, proprietary digital products. I mean, oh, bless. That's my favorite one right there. They all good, but oh, bless. I mean, I got people that have churches that they have pantries in their churches. And, you know, I got my mother, I got her a position anyway. And I got her church position. And they love to, you know, to see what ONPASSIVE is doing. It's a beautiful thing.
Right.
But a risk, please. Please, there's no risk at all. Where you going to go and get a business today for $97? You're going to spend more than $97 to get a business. So, like, again, there's no risk. I agree with you, Debbie. This is a no-brainer. No-brainer all the way.
And
So-
Mark was really shaking his head there.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Oh my God, risk. What risk are we talking about? This is brilliant. It is a very, very no-brainer. I'm like, I even try to explain to some people, and they're like, get out of here. This is not happening. It's happening.
So then, Mark, I have to ask you, so why are people so stuck on the risk factor then, if they've come or taken a look at it? Can you explain that?
Yeah, the thing is that they're skeptical, right? Because
Right.
what happened is like, maybe somebody approached them with something and they were burned before, and they said, "No, we're not doing this anymore," right? And the next time someone comes to them, but listen, I have something that can change your situation, your finance situation. Would you like to take a look at it? What is it, Mark? Is this opportunity thing you've been doing for so many years? We didn't see you make any money yet. I was like, I'm bringing value to you. Are you serious? $97. You make more than that in a week on your job or wherever you work at. You can't, like, put aside $97, put $10 a week away. You add up to more to get $100. You put it right in there and make it happen. They're just afraid. They're like, oh.
And,
that's
Shanu,
key.
do you have anything to add? Sorry, Cedric.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I say it is totally a no-brainer for me. For paying only one first month subscription cost, and after the subsequent months, it comes out of your profit. It is a totally no-brainer. It never happened before.
So how you're in India and you know, most of us are kind of more in North America here. How are you feeling that are people receptive, or do they feel that, oh, this is too much of a risk for you?
Yeah, here in India, most of the people are skeptical. So many are on the fringes. So they're waiting for the launch to happen, to come in.
Okay.
But then there won't be any founder positions once we launch.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll have to become customers and resellers, right? And Cedric, you were going to add something just before I interrupted you.
No, that's okay. That's what I was saying. I know the people I talk to, that launch, that's what scares people. You didn't launch yet? And you've been in how long? They don't understand that. And, you know, I had a friend of mine, he tells me, well, I'm gonna wait till you get your dividends, Sedge. I said, okay, but by the time that happens, you ain't gonna be able to be a founder. You can get in, you can come in as a customer and a reseller. But people, Marty say it all the time, people are afraid. And I understand a lot of, $97 is a lot of money for some folks. I get that too. But there's some out here, they go out and play the lottery, you know, and I know they spending money to go to, you know, they just started going back to the sports, you know, sports arenas and everything, going to a football game. I know you're spending more than $97 or close to it. Sure. So, but people are afraid, and they just, that launch, I tell them all the time, don't get that launch. Don't get confused with not being launched, because you got to understand, Ash Mafar, we are in 200 countries, and, you know, everybody has different laws, and, you know, not to get in it too deep, but there's a lot of technicalities they got to deal with behind the scenes. So it's like my buddy Chris Johnson say, it's coming, but people are afraid because it's not launching yet. So that's the part that's hard for me to get over, you know, with some of the people I talk to. But they lurking, because they looking at my lives, and they looking at my posts, and they asking questions. They want to research, you know. That's why I tell them to come on to the webinars, and come to the webinars that I send you to. If you go to all other social networks and YouTube, you probably gonna get misled if you ain't getting it from Mr. Ash Mafaro or the webinars that I send you to. You're gonna get misled. So try to come to the official ONPASSIVE webinars.
And Debbie, you were going to add something to that?
Yeah, I think also, Julie, that it's also your everyday people that maybe have never been in a business before, or have never done an online thing ever. Okay, we've been in there, so we understand the concept of a lot of things. You know, when he goes over like the different products with us, or the different you know, why certain things are taking a little bit longer, or vice versa. We get that, we understand that, but the everyday people, you know, like maybe my brother, or, you know, it's never ever done something like this. If he didn't have me as his sponsor, as a mentor, you know, that is saying, okay, this is what's going on, and help him understand, that's where some of the scaring is coming in.
Okay.
Because the not knowing, you know, and then you've got that not trusting, and that's the thing, is when you do get talking to people, try to take it down to a very simple level, and to where they understand it, and, you know, and get, if there are any questions, you know, make sure that you're always available, because the not knowing is what scares them, and then they get out of it, and then they're like, okay, you know, and yeah, maybe they could jump back in at soft launch when it's higher and they know something's taking off. But the thing of it is you know, if they miss that window, they're done. You know, they're just going to be a customer or reseller. And I just wanted to add that, because I think that, you know, for me, for the people that's under me, it's a lot of people that have never ever, you know, they're trusting me. They've never ever took this type of stance before. And I just wanted to add that in there.
Right.
Perfect.
Good
No,
point.
thank you.
Good point. And I do want to mention, if you go to onpassive.com, that is our company website, and it is packed with information, our vision, our products. There's blogs there. It shows leadership team, everything. So you've got a lot of information you can go over on that alone. So onpassive.com. So I want to get to something that our CEO, Ash Mufareh, brought up, and he threw it out there one week, and he kind of waited and said, what do you guys think this means? And he brought forward the term that excited us extremely. And that term is CATMO. Now, I want to just hear from you guys. I know you guys know what CATMO is, but I want to hear from you. Does anyone, shall I ask you, or does anyone want to just jump in right off the hop and explain to us CATMO? Mark, do you want to jump in, Mark? Are you comfortable with explaining CATMO? Oh, let's unmute him.
I can't.
There we go.
A little bit. I'm not really, you know, thing, but I know just a few letters what they mean about the traffic, the AI traffic that is going to be sent to our website, our capture pages, and the money part of it that is, you know, that we're going to receive, and the AI that is going to give us targeted traffic to customers that no other business have been doing, no matter what it is. And basically that's the understanding that I have of it, you know.
Oh, yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Shanu, would you be interested in adding more as to what CATMO means?
Yeah, as Mark said, CE is for complete digital solution. It means we have all the tools providing a total internet solution.
Mm-hmm.
And A stands for automation and artificial intelligence. And T stands for our targeted traffic. So targeted traffic means those who are searching for a certain product, only those customers would be coming into those websites.
Mm-hmm.
For example, if a person who is looking for a Zoom, who is working on Zoom. So for them, our company shows them about O Connect. So it is about the targeted traffic.
Love it.
And MO is the outcome of the C, A, and T. It is a money aspect.
Yes.
Residual income.
Yes. The unlimited residual.
So once we have CATMO, it means total freedom, both financial and time freedom.
Oh,
Very well done.
Yeah,
Very
that's
well done.
perfect. Perfect. Debbie or Cedric, do you guys want to add anything to this?
I mean, like he said, CATMO, I love it. It's total freedom, time and financial freedom. That's what I've been looking for a long time. For a long time. So, I mean, targeted traffic. I mean, again, the products. If people just go to ONPASSIVE.com and look at the products, proprietary digital product. They fast. It's least expensive. And it's everything that you're using today is under one roof. I mean, you ain't got to go over to here to get Zoom. You ain't got to go over here to get bulk email. You ain't got to go over there to get funnel building or whatever. Whatever you using today is under one roof. So I mean, ONPASSIVE is the way to go. You know, like I tell people, you can find something better than ONPASSIVE, please holler at me real good. You
Let us
know,
know.
and I'll be the first one to sign up. But you ain't gonna find. You know, I'm confident to say that you know you ain't gonna find. I had a person, you know, they sent me a message. Well, I probably shouldn't say that, but they was getting negative, and you know, when I spoke to the CEO myself, you better know what you're talking about. So don't come at me wrong. Don't come at me sideways with CEO is. I don't even want to say the S word he said. You know, so ONPASSIVE is the way to go. That's all I gotta say.
Awesome.
ONPASSIVE.
That's great. I actually,
Oh, sorry, Julie.
no, that's okay. I just think that's a great job, guys. I'm just gonna bring this up. Now we have in ONPASSIVE, you can either be active or passive. On is the active and the passive is obviously on passive. So if you were to be active, you often hear that you need 3 people to sponsor, okay, below you, and the next month is free. So does anyone want to explain that to somebody who's never really heard about that? You said I could be passive. But for an active person who's really interested in building a team, getting to their target sooner of freedom, what would you say to that or them? Anybody? Debbie?
I'll take that one, Julie. Yes, you can come into this business and you can be passive, which means that you just bring yourself in and then you're going to let the company build for you. Now, there's 2 ways of doing that. From all of the other people that are in the business that are active and that have built teams up, after 3, we call that like a spillover, and it can go left to right, it can go up and down, is the way that we've been explained in our meetings. So that's another way that you could get your 3 if you're passive. And then also during the soft launch, we are going to have multiple campaigns that are going to be going at all times. And they're going to bring in founders at those times, and they'll be placed under all of us. And that's another way that you could get your 3. Now, if for some reason that you still don't have your 3, which would probably be very rare, I would say, even because we have even said, even if you came in the very last day, there's still that great, you know, you're going to be totally successful. But in that case, you could also pause your account and you could wait till the next month, you know, when it comes in, and you would definitely have your 3, and then you could activate it and pay that first month. And then after that, it is free. So the people that maybe just, you know, like my mom and dad, I knew coming into this, they were going to be that person that was going to be very passive, but they have a daughter that's very active. This is another way that you can do it. I brought in over 200 people, but I put them under my family. So I built them for them.
Right.
And so now every one of my family members, they have 3. So when they come in, they'll pay that one-time subscription, and then on, even my grandbabies, so then on, they will be free. So there's multiple ways of doing this, even if you are passive, to very much succeed greatly in this business. The active people, they've done a lot of the legwork for the passive people, but everybody are winners here, and we're all in the same team.
Well said.
Good way to say it. Yeah.
Anybody else have anything to add?
No,
Cedric?
just I want to add on that for active people, they will cut down the time frame.
Right.
Excellent.
Exactly.
Excellent.
And that's huge for a lot of people. A lot of people want to leave their jobs a little bit faster than others, and the time freedom is big. So another aspect of it is you have 3 people, it'll be enough to generate the amount of money you need to pay that monthly subscription, like Debbie said. Is there anybody else that wanted to add a little bit to that? Cedric, you were.
What was that? What was that question again? I'm sorry.
No worries. No worries. We were talking about the 3 people under you, whether you be passive or passive or not.
Oh yeah, that's the beauty of ONPASSIVE. I mean, you know, you can bring in 3 people yourself. You can get it from your upline or the company. The company going to steady bring in people for you anyway. You know, you don't have to do anything. This is a 24/7, 365 business. People gonna, the business won't sleep. So you're gonna get people anyway, you know. So it's, if you can recruit, that's more power to you, you know.
Exactly.
That's the like Mike Ellis always said, that cut the time frame for you, as you know, as far as ONPASSIVE bringing in people for you too. So they gonna sustain bringing people for you. I mean, you bring in 10,000 people, they gonna bring in 50,000. They gonna keep bringing in people. So you can't lose and you won't lose. Love to say that.
Right. Well, that's something we hear often with ONPASSIVE. And one of our top speakers, Michael Williams, has touched on it several times. Just get in and you'll win. So it's in it to win it. There's a guaranteed success promise from the company. So I want to shift over, and we've touched on it several times as we've been talking, but I want to talk about targeted traffic, because targeted traffic is so key to any business. It doesn't matter if you're online or if you're brick and mortar, that is key, because basically targeted traffic is just getting eyeballs on your product. So an example that I've experienced in the past is, okay, so I have an ad running, I get 2,500 impressions, that meaning my ad is being shown, you know, let's say in this month, 2,500 times. I get 190 clicks, which means people are clicking on that ad. They want to see the product. They're, you know, what is this? But in 1 month, let's say I spent $200 and I got 0 out of that, because if you don't hit your target traffic for that specific person, let's say maybe I have for the ladies, say I have mascara. If I don't target that specific person that wants mascara, they may be clicking on my ad, they may be looking at it, but they're not the person that I'm looking for. So targeted traffic is huge, huge. So something I wanna mention, ONPASSIVE tried this to prove they did not turn on the AI technology. And they did this just this past spring. So they set up the targeted traffic, pardon me, and they didn't put a date on it. And they sent it out to see what they can get for email opt-ins of people that are interested in the specific product. In 4 days, now you think of my example, in 4 days, they got 1 million opt-ins. Now that says something to you. So let's talk about this, you guys, because all of you have been in and out of online businesses, and you understand that concept. So for any affiliate, MLM, any kind of marketer, this is huge. So Shanu, can I call on you to just begin the conversation about targeted traffic?
Oh yes, as you mentioned, actually targeted traffic means if a person is looking for a certain product, the eyeball should go on to only that product. But generally here in the market, what's happening? So you will get wasted clicks. So those who are not looking for that product also, they will come in, and there they are losing one prospect.
Oh, totally. Mark, can you add something to that?
Yeah, yes, I can. Yes, I can. Now, a lot of people go out, like for me, when I market, it's kind of like I have to like check how many clicks I buy, if it's 100 and it comes in, and then they go to my email list, and then you say, well, you get an email that said you got a lead, right? So you get the lead. Now you do a follow-up, and it sounds like they're interested, but they're not interested. And then you go through the list. You keep going through the list until you find that one or that second person that say, yes, well, this is what I want. But it's the hardest thing to do because not everybody wants what you have, right? You have the value, and every business do have value, but they don't want that. You know, they might want makeup, or it's a lady, they might want a pocketbook or something, right? Or it's a man, he might want vitamins, you know, and things like that. So it's very, very hard, even with calling leads on the phone, right? You know, reaching out to prospects. That is even hard because they don't even know themselves what they want. They say, well, I'm looking for an opportunity. I want to leave my job and retired, and I'm looking for something extra. Okay, what are you doing for money? You know, well, I'm sitting around the house, I'm retired. Okay, and then they start giving you the stories, and when you introduce them to it, they're like, okay, we'll look at it. And you call them back and you say, what do you like about what you just saw? All right. And then they will tell you, and then all of a sudden, they say they're interested and they're not because they're afraid to do the work. Because finding targeted traffic is work. Trust me, it's a lot of work, a lot of money to go into that work. Okay, so it's not as easy as everybody thinks it is. It's not as easy.
That's right. That's right. Because that's the thing that all of us on this panel are extremely excited about that have done any kind of work online, is that ONPASSIVE is going to build your business. They're going to advertise. They're going to do all the marketing. They're going to deal with the leads. They're going to send them and sign them up as your customers under your business. So, I mean, I have said it time and time again, and I got to introduce this into this panel. My chair is going backwards, and I am going to do the happy dance. Like, you can barely get anything better than from start to finish. It's like, woo-hoo-hoo, right?
I'm still
Cedric,
waiting.
Debbie.
Sorry, I'm still and to boot,
Yeah, come on.
Tyra, I do have to add that all of that is targeted.
Exactly.
Artificial intelligence targeted. Okay, it's automated, 100% hands-free. A lot of people don't think of that some of the times. You know, everything that Mark was saying was so bang on in other businesses.
Yes.
That's not here.
Yes.
So you just got to take that into perspective. If you've ever been in an online business before, just thinking targeted, just it makes me do my happy dance in my head. So I have to say, you got to remember what the online world is and what you've done in the past and what ONPASSIVE will do for you.
Yeah, exactly. Cedric, do you want to add to that?
Well, like I agree with everything you just said, Julia. And once, you know, nowadays, once you give out your email address, that's key, because everybody wants your email address, and the autoresponder, once they get that email address, you get, there you go. Yeah. And that's targeted right there, traffic to everyone that has your email address. So again, ONPASSIVE, state-of-the-art products. No one has this, so you can't beat the products that we have, and targeted traffic is key.
Oh, for sure.
Once you get that email, it's a done deal.
Mm-hmm. Debbie, are you chomping at the bit to share some more with us?
I'm trying to wait on Steve to get the dogs quiet, and we're expecting guests here in just a little bit, so I'm trying to, keep it down on the down low. But when you talk about trafficking, I want to keep it for the simple person. Okay, let me give an example. Like I raise mini golden doodles, but if you put targeting out there as dogs, then you're going to get people that are not useful. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You can't just put an ad out there that is for golden doodles, because there's standards, there's minis. So in that targeting, when you're doing things like that, and a lot of people don't understand that, you have to really, you have to take it down to the bullseye.
Yeah.
Because what you're looking for is the you know, the person that is looking for exactly what you have.
Yes.
You know, so it has to be, mine are the very small mini golden doodles. And I
Right.
thought that maybe if I gave that example, you know, for the people that's going to watch this that don't know what that targeting is for the ads, that may help.
Yeah.
Because what you're doing is basically going fishing. If you want to fish for catfish, you got to use the right, I don't like using bait, but I mean, that's for fishing. I mean, you have to use the right bait in order to catch that catfish. Otherwise, you're going to catch other things. So I just wanted to throw that out there, and hopefully that people understand a little bit more. I mean, we do, but I always try to think of the people that are out there that doesn't.
Right. Yeah. That makes perfect sense. And that's why we end up jumping up and down about targeted traffic, because it is targeting, that very word, that specific person. So if you go to onpassive.com and you get a look at all the different products, now somebody may be looking for email or domain hosting or something to be creative with, or all of these different things. I mean, there's 50 and they're going to continue to work on products for the company. So they're going to take these specific things and they're going to target it to people that are looking for things like that. And I know myself in business, you know, I was paying for a domain name and email autoresponders and a funnel build, and you know, the list is endless. So when you consider, exactly, Debbie is doing this, when you consider you're looking at $97 USA, and then a one-time subscription cost of $250 or lower, that is going to cover, you're going to have access to all these products. So that, I mean, they're saying a no-brainer, and I know there's people out there that like to do a lot of investigating before they jump in. Hey, we have nothing to hide. The company is completely transparent. And there's others that hear AI and IT and they jump in because they're like, anything, like myself, that it is online and it's those kind of things combined, sign me up, because that is some of the most powerful things to have online if you're trying to do a business. Mm-hmm. So just in wrapping up, I know everybody's busy and it's day and evening and night for Shanu, but just in wrapping up, Julia, do you have anything else you want to add?
I probably do. At this point, I just wanted to thank everybody on the panel today. It's been great meeting you guys, and we'd love to have you back sometime soon. I know it's a lot of information and everything, but I just wanted to take a moment to say thank you, and it's very nice to meet you virtually for the first time. So myself, I just wanted to explain to people, if you saw anything here or heard anything here that kind of rung a bell or made you think, oh, maybe I want to get some more information, you can by all means get a hold of myself or with Tyra. I'm at AJ Internet Solutions and Tyra is at TN Grow Wealth Together. And of course, if anybody who invited you here, whether it be Cedric, Debbie, Shanu, or Mark, please get back to them and they'll be more than happy to help you out.
Mm-hmm, for sure. Yes. Thank you to each of you. You guys are priceless, priceless. Super. We are so grateful that you took the time to join us today. So thanks very much again. And we will be seeing you all soon. We will continue this. We wanted to start this as an experiment and see, and this was just a wonderful time to be able to do this panelist insight and hear from several people on these different subjects and questions that we have to bring up. So once again, everyone, thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.